You will focus on yourself if you apply these 6 pieces of advice from Buddhism every day. The power of Buddhist focus in the modern world. In today's fast-paced world, it often feels as though the world is constantly bombarding us with distractions. Our minds become cluttered, overwhelmed by noise, and we find ourselves stuck in a loop of doubt, procrastination, and unfulfilled dreams. It's easy to feel lost in the chaos of life, uncertain of how to regain control. But imagine if there was a way to break free from this cycle, a way to reclaim focus, discipline, and clarity of purpose. What if ancient wisdom from Buddhist teachings could provide the answer? These lessons, forged over 2.600 years, hold the potential to revolutionize how we approach life, work, and personal growth. In this video, you'll uncover 6 profound lessons from Buddhist teachings that have the power to transform your life. But it's not just about learning these lessons, it's about applying them to create lasting change. These are not mere philosophical ideas. They're actionable principles that can empower you to take control of your life, eliminate distractions, and pursue your goals with unwavering focus. Lesson 1. The Potter's Wheel of Karma, shaping your destiny through action. One important concept in Buddhism is that karma isn't a distant or abstract force. It is the direct result of the actions we choose in every moment. Much like the potter who presses their hands into the soft clay, the choices we make leave an imprint on the world and ourselves. Every decision, from the smallest gesture to the largest act, sends ripples through our lives and our relationships. In the same way, a potter must carefully observe their wheel, adjusting pressure and direction as needed. We must also be mindful of our actions, constantly making sure we are aligning with our true intentions. Karma, in this sense, is not a system of rewards and punishments but an ongoing process of shaping. Every thought, word, and deed holds weight, even when we feel powerless. Remember that we still possess the power to choose how we respond to circumstances. This means we have the power to redirect our lives, no matter how difficult the path seems. A key practice within this lesson is recognizing the inherent impermanence of life. The clay on the potter's wheel doesn't remain static, it changes with every turn. Similarly, we are constantly evolving. Our karma isn't fixed, it is fluid. This offers hope. No matter how tangled or messy our current state may be, the wheel is still turning, and the potential for transformation is ever present. A mindful approach to every action we take brings clarity and purpose, allowing us to craft a life that reflects our deepest values. Another powerful reminder is that life's shaping is not done in isolation. Just as a potter's wheel is in constant motion, our actions affect the world around us. Our relationships, our work, and our community are also impacted by the choices we make. When we act with kindness, understanding, and compassion, we not only shape our own destinies but contribute to the creation of a more harmonious world. Thus, embracing the wisdom of karma isn't just about individual growth. It's about how we can contribute to the greater good. By cultivating positive karma, through mindful actions, ethical conduct, and compassion for others, we help create a ripple effect of kindness and understanding that extends far beyond our own lives. It's a reminder that our actions are never truly isolated. They reverberate through the world, shaping the collective future. In this way, life becomes less about waiting for fate to determine our path and more about taking deliberate steps with awareness, compassion, and responsibility. Lesson 2. The Bridge of Right Intention. Build your path with purpose. When we think about the concept of right intention, we must consider that every action begins with a thought. The clarity and purpose behind that thought will ultimately guide the actions we take. In Buddhism, right intention means aligning your mind with virtuous goals, Goals that aim for peace, understanding, and compassion. By cultivating a mind free from negative emotions such as greed, hatred, or ignorance, we create a foundation for wholesome actions that benefit not only ourselves but the world around us. Right intention goes beyond just setting goals. It is about making sure that the intentions behind our goals are pure and aligned with our deeper values. For example, when you set an intention to be healthier, ask yourself, what is the motivation behind this goal? Is it driven by a desire to nurture your body and live a long, vibrant life, or is it motivated by societal expectations or superficial standards? By examining the root of your intention, you ensure that your actions are aligned with what truly matters to you, leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. This principle can also be applied to all areas of life, from relationships to work, to personal growth. For instance, in relationships, right intention can guide us to act with kindness and understanding, avoiding the traps of anger or resentment. In our work, it encourages us to approach our tasks with integrity and diligence, focusing not just on success but on contributing meaningfully to the greater good. As we build our bridge with intentional actions, it's essential to remember that each plank is an opportunity for growth and mindfulness. The process of crossing the bridge is not about rushing toward the end goal but about being present in every step. Each mindful step forward creates momentum, bringing us closer to our desired outcome while also enriching our journey along the way. When we live with right intention, we not only build the life we envision but also cultivate inner peace, knowing that our actions are in harmony with our highest values. Lesson 3. The Forge of Self-Mastery, Shaping Your Mind Through Discipline. Self-mastery is not a one-time achievement but a continuous process that requires sustained effort. Just as a blacksmith repeatedly hammers and shapes the metal, we must consistently engage in practices that strengthen our minds. This is where mindfulness and meditation play a crucial role. Meditation is the tool that allows us to observe our thoughts without being overwhelmed by them, providing the mental clarity to discern what truly matters and what is simply a distraction. In Buddhism, monks engage in daily meditation to cultivate a calm, focused, and disciplined mind. We can learn from their example by incorporating meditation into our own lives, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. The goal is not to immediately reach perfection but to build mental resilience. So when life's inevitable challenges arise, we are able to face them with equanimity and focus. Discipline also involves learning to say no to things that do not serve our higher purpose. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with stimuli, advertisements, social pressures, and endless choices. Each of these represents a potential distraction, pulling us away from our goals and weakening our resolve. Discipline is the ability to filter these distractions, allowing only the things that nourish our growth and bring us closer to our true purpose. An essential aspect of self-mastery is practicing patience with yourself. The mind, like any skill, requires time and repetition to develop. When we slip, as we inevitably will, we must not berate ourselves but simply return to our practice with renewed focus. This is where true strength lies, not in never failing, but in the ability to get back up and continue forging our path. Every small step toward discipline, whether it's resisting an impulse, dedicating time to a meaningful task, or meditating daily, contributes to shaping a stronger, more focused mind. Over time, these actions compound, turning us into individuals who are resilient in the face of challenges, clear in our intentions, and steady in our pursuit of personal growth. Just as a blacksmith creates a masterpiece by working the metal patiently and skillfully, we too can forge a mind that is unbreakable, disciplined, and aligned with our highest potential. Lesson 4. The Archer's Discipline, Achieving Precision Through Consistency. Discipline is not just about effort. It's about cultivating consistency in your actions. Just like the archer who practices their shot over and over, refining their technique, the archer's path to hitting the target is paved with repetition and patience. Similarly, our ability to reach our goals comes not from sudden bursts of energy but from steady, focused action over time. In Buddhism, the practice of mindfulness and meditation offers us a way to sharpen our focus and calm our minds, allowing us to approach each goal with clarity and precision. Each time we sit in meditation or take a quiet moment to reflect, we are aligning ourselves with our intentions. By building the habit of returning to stillness regularly, we train our minds to remain calm and focused, no matter the external distractions. This consistent practice helps to reduce mental clutter, making it easier to identify what truly matters and how we can act with purpose. Buddhism also teaches that true discipline comes from an inner commitment, not from external pressure or expectations. The act of practicing consistently, even when results are not immediately visible, strengthens the inner resolve to stay the course. This is the essence of the archer's discipline, trusting in the process, honing the skill, and believing that each small, disciplined action is a step closer to the target. In our daily lives, we can embody this principle by committing to simple, small actions that bring us closer to our goals. Whether it's setting aside time each day for meditation, reading something that nurtures our mind, or practicing kindness in our interactions. These small actions, repeated consistently, led to the development of focus, discipline, and clarity. Over time, we will find that our arrows are not only more accurate but that we are better equipped to handle the challenges that arise on our path. Discipline, like the archer's shot, requires both precision and patience. It's not about rushing the process but about aligning ourselves with our goals and trusting that the consistency of our efforts will eventually bring us to the target. By maintaining a disciplined approach, we create the foundation for long-lasting success and fulfillment, both in our spiritual practice and in our everyday lives. Lesson 5. The Riverbank of Equanimity, Finding Peace Amidst Chaos. Equanimity is not about passive acceptance but active balance. It is the capacity to stand firm, like a riverbank, even when life's waters surge with uncertainty. Just as the river may be filled with rapids or calm stretches, the external world fluctuates between joy and sorrow, success and failure. The riverbank, however, remains constant. It is unmoved by the conditions of the water, embodying resilience and tranquility. By embodying equanimity, we cultivate the ability to weather life's emotional storms without being swept away by them. Buddhism teaches that inner peace comes from understanding the impermanence of all things. Life is ever-changing, and the more we resist this change, the more we create friction within ourselves. The practice of equanimity helps us see the flow of life without attachment or aversion. Instead of trying to hold on to the calm moments or avoid the difficult ones, we learn to embrace them as part of the natural flow. This principle can be put into practice by recognizing when we are reacting to life circumstances and choosing a different response. In moments of stress or discomfort, we can pause, breathe, and ask ourselves whether our reaction is based on something we can control or if it is a response to an external force. If it's within our control, we can take mindful, intentional action. If it's beyond our reach, we can release it, trusting that it will pass like the flow of the river. The cultivation of equanimity also requires a commitment to mindfulness and self-awareness. By staying present with our emotions without being overwhelmed by them, we can cultivate the calm center of the riverbank. Whether it's anger, frustration, or joy, all emotions are temporary. When we learn to sit with them without judgment, they lose their power to disrupt our peace. This practice allows us to respond to life's circumstances with clarity and calm, making it easier to navigate through challenging times without being swayed by them. Ultimately, equanimity provides us with the strength to maintain a clear, focused mind in the face of life's unpredictability. By embracing the river's flow, we learn to find peace in the present moment. No matter how chaotic the world around us may become, it's not about avoiding the storm, but learning to remain steady while it rages. Lesson 6. The Phoenix of Right View, transforming pain into wisdom. In Buddhism, the concept of right view emphasizes seeing the world through the lens of wisdom. Understanding that everything, including suffering, has a deeper purpose. Suffering is not something to be avoided or feared but a teacher in disguise. Just as the phoenix is reborn from the ashes, we too can rise from the challenges and pain that life presents. It is through suffering that we gain a clearer understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The Buddha teaches that our suffering is often tied to our attachment to outcomes, expectations, and the desire for permanence in an impermanent world. By loosening these attachments and shifting our perspective, we begin to see that suffering is not the end, but a transformation in the making. Like the phoenix, we must burn away the old layers of attachment and ignorance to reveal our true nature, one that is free, wise, and compassionate. This transformation is not immediate but gradual. When we face challenges, we have an opportunity to practice patience and mindfulness. Instead of resisting or denying the pain, we can sit with it, observe it, and allow it to teach us. Every difficult moment carries the potential for growth, and the wisdom we gain in these moments can shape our future actions. The key to unlocking this wisdom is the mindset with which we approach our suffering. Viewing pain as a lesson rather than a curse allows us to shift our energy from resistance to acceptance. We can then ask, what can I learn from this experience? And how can this challenge guide me toward a greater understanding of myself and the world? This change in perspective transforms suffering into an opportunity for spiritual growth and wisdom. Moreover, the process of transformation through pain is deeply connected to the practice of compassion. As we heal, we gain greater empathy for others who are suffering, allowing us to help them navigate their own challenges with love and understanding. Through this, suffering becomes a vehicle not only for our personal growth but for the growth of those around us. In this way, the flames of hardship refine us, shaping us into individuals who are stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Just as the phoenix emerges more brilliant and free from the ashes, we too can rise from our suffering, carrying the wisdom of our experiences and embracing the possibility of transformation. Conclusion: prioritizing what matters. Buddhism teaches that true peace and fulfillment come from aligning our actions with what is most meaningful. In a world filled with constant distractions, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the noise and lose sight of our true purpose. Prioritization, however, is the antidote to this chaos. By cultivating the ability to focus on what truly matters, we regain control over our time, energy, and lives. One of the core principles of Buddhism is the idea of right effort, which involves directing our energy towards wholesome and meaningful pursuits while letting go of those that lead us away from our true path. This practice requires mindfulness, the ability to be fully present and engaged in each task, without allowing distractions to derail our focus. Whether it's in our work, relationships, or spiritual practice, the more we focus on the task at hand, the more we can immerse ourselves in it fully, producing better results and creating a sense of accomplishment and inner peace. To practice prioritization, we must first be clear about what we value most. Are we living according to our deepest desires? Or are we being swayed by external pressures and fleeting desires? By reflecting on what is truly important to us, whether it's personal growth, family, or contributing to the well-being of others, we can begin to eliminate distractions that no longer serve our purpose. Each small, intentional decision to prioritize what matters accumulates over time, gradually transforming our lives. In focusing on what brings us closer to our highest values, we cultivate a life that is rich with meaning and fulfillment. The key to living with purpose is choosing wisely where to direct our attention and energy. And with that, we create a path that leads to lasting peace and happiness.